Welcome to Singapore, and it's day 2 of the Lion City Cup here at the TANGLIN Club in a very humid but fine Singapore. With me today in the commentary position is Roger, the president of Bowls Singapore, and he's going to be adding expert comments in between the various administrative tasks that he's got. Roger, just reflecting on yesterday, you must be very pleased with day 1 of the tournament.
Yes, good morning, Brett. It's been a busy time, I've got to say, but it's been, fortunately, it's fairly well organised, and we've had things going our way. So our timetable has been going along reasonably well, and we've had some interesting games as well along the way, some really good ones. And that makes it a bit exciting for everyone.
Sure does. It's been very good. We're bringing you live stream coverage this morning in this first round. Remembering that we're playing, it's a mammoth schedule here. We've got 5 flights we've got 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock rounds every day of section play. So it's pretty busy. This morning we're bringing you a game from the women's pairs, the open pairs, and that game is between Aini Knight and Angelica Abateo of the Philippines, and they're playing the local team of Serena Tiong and Mei Lee. Now let me just tell you a little bit about that section. There are 2 sections in the open women's. This section 1, or Group G as it's called, is being led by Helen Chung and Emmy Luke from Hong Kong. They've won 3 from 3 yesterday. In second place is Yoko Goda and Kazuko Saijo from Japan. All of this, by the way, you can find on the Bowls Singapore website. So get onto the Bowls Singapore website if you're interested in the detailed results. Click on events, and if you get down to the Lion City Cup, you'll find all of these results are there.
So the Bowls Singapore website is Bowls Singapore, one word, and .org, O-R-G. In
the other women's section, which today is being played at Kelang, which is the other green that we're using for this Lion City Cup, that group's being headlined or led by Leanne Paulson and Robin Walker from New Zealand. They've won 3 games from 3. And in second place is Nellen Chua and Regina Tan from Lion City Lawn Bowls Club. And one of the headline games, first game this morning, will be between the New Zealand pair and the Malaysian pair, with Noor Farah Ain Abdullah, who's the world indoor singles champion. They dropped a game yesterday. She's playing with Noor Zamziza Ahmad, and that game is at Kelang. So we'll let you know of progress around this. Players just completed their trial ends here, so we're just about ready to start. And while we do that, I'll just give you an update from the other sections. In the men's event, there are 3 sections. Group A is being led by the Indian team of Putul Sonowal and Tapanka Sama. They've won 3 games from 3. And also in that section, Thomas Leong and Chu Pok Man from ELBC, they've won 2 games from 2, so they are also unbeaten. In the second section, it's Dang Dedri and Mohammed Fadli from Malaysia. They've won 3 from 3, and they lead that section ahead of local favourites Anthony Lowe and Kelvin Teo. They've won 2 of their 3 games. They've had 1 loss. Group C, it's pretty tight. Elma Abateo and James Raz from the Philippines. They've won 2 of their 3 games. They lost their last game to New Zealand's Sheldon Bagri Howley and Keanu Darby, and they lie in second position in that section, but there's still a few games to go there. So that's the open event. Of course, we also have a under 25 men's and women's in this event. In the under 25 men, it's Singapore A, Harriman Yuan and Isaac Yu, who have had 3 wins from their 4 games. So they are leading their section. And in the women's under 25 event, it's Nur Aliafitra and Ayan Nurnajwa from Malaysia. They're unbeaten with 3 wins from 3. And in second place in that section is Karina Patawari and Saista Sharma from India. They've won 2 of their 3 games. So lots of action to go on today. Plenty at stake for all of these players.
And here we go now.
So just you'll just hear the international technical officials just checking in with all the players, and we'll be ready to go any moment now with our event. Really great bowls here yesterday at the Tanglin Club. We just saw some really outstanding play from the teams. And Roger, you would have been delighted with the quality of the bowls that we saw yesterday.
Yeah, definitely world-class bowls, Brett. It's been excellent spectators to be a spectator at this. And I think at both venues we've seen some good play that made it really interesting and worthwhile.
We just reminding viewers that, of course, this is Asia's first ever World Bowl Series ranking event. It's a silver ranking event as part of the World Bowl Series ranking. So we've got available ranking points from this event. Aini Knight is from the Philippines, is a ranked player in this tournament, and I'll just check on her ranking. I know she is she's on that ranking list. Aini is she's rated at number 76, so ranked number 76 on the World Bowls Series women rankings. So she'll be looking to improve that ranking with her performance at this event, as are the other open men and women who are participating. So back to our game. So as I said earlier, we've got a really exciting game for you this morning. The Singapore team of Serena Tiong and Mei Lee, they won 1, drew 1 and lost 1, so they had the full bag yesterday and lie in 3rd position in this Group G section. Aini Knight and Angelica Abateo, they played 2 games yesterday, unfortunately were beaten in both. So I'm just going to check with Roger who's who in the team. Who's skipping here for Singapore, Roger? And just dropping short, and I think Angelica's leading, and you can see all the players with pretty nice techniques. Green here running probably about 14 seconds this morning. Yeah, greens tend to get a little bit slower as the day goes on. Aini Knight, of course, from the Philippines, well known to many bowlers as one of the instigators of the Crusaders Club in the Philippines, which hosted a very successful Crusaders triples last year, which had a big international field in. And Aini and Angelica are here sponsored by Kevin Diggs and that Crusaders Bowls Club. So a big shout out to Kevin and the Crusaders Club, and great to have Aini and Angelica able to participate in this first Asian World Bowl Series event. So here we have Aini with her first bowl. Lovely smooth action. Don't think she's quite going to reach with her first bowl here. So it's an amazing setting here, Roger, isn't it? I don't think there's another bowling club in the world that's on the fourth story of a building.
I think this is absolutely a classic to sit here and look out on the main street of Singapore. It's really nice, and then of course up here you get a bit of breeze as well.
Yeah, it's been very welcome. Hot, humid conditions as you'd expect this time of the year in Singapore, and that's a good bowl from the Singapore skip. So looks like at least one to Singapore here. Aini just checking in with Angelica what sort of adjustment she needs to make with her bowl. So on a good line here. Is she going to reach? I'm not sure she's still going to have enough.
It's looking better. Needs a bit more legs, I think.
Yeah, again, pretty good line. Tell us a little bit about the Singapore skip in this combination, Roger.
May's been around for quite some time and played internationally for a few years. Now she's spending probably more of her time bringing up newer players with the recruiting that we've Bowl Singapore been able to do with the younger players. We've brought a lot of new ones into the system since COVID.
Well, it was wonderful to see at the opening ceremony on Sunday just how many young players were there. Great to see the community bowls initiatives that you've got going here in Singapore, and clearly the Minister of Sport was pretty impressed by what she saw.
Yeah, she's our patron, which is not a bad thing to help. Yeah.
Good bowl there from Aini. May a little unlucky with her last bowl. She just feathered out the closest Singapore bowl. So out comes one of the Philippine bowls. And so now Serena will measure and just see whether it is actually 2-2 Philippines. 14 end games here in this first tournament of the Lion City Cup. Two it is, to Philippines, so unfortunate for May there, so it's 2 to Aini Knight and Angelica Abateo from the Crusaders Club in the Philippines, based out at Clark in the Philippines, and in that magnificent facility that's been put together there. I can't wait to see that. I'm going to try and get there in December, Roger, to play in that tournament. A couple of our New Zealand players, Taylor Bruce and Selena Goddard, who I play with at the Takapuna Club back in New Zealand, participated in that inaugural Crusaders Triples. They said it was a great tournament and pretty handy to have a nice swimming pool next to the green to cool off after a hard day on the green.
Yeah, we had a few Singapore players go over, and a couple of our squad players were I think made up a team with maybe a mental lapse here at the moment.
Well, we've been working pretty hard, Roger, in this heat. That's a good opening ball from Angelica. So the Philippines leading 2-0. So in the Lion City Cup,
Barry Lester was the name I was thinking about.
Yes, and Barry did a good job of the commentary there too, as he did a fellow left-hander, though I can't quite claim to be in Barry's class. The Lion City Cup format, we've got two tournaments actually within the Lion City Cup in each of the disciplines. So there's the first 3 days of the tournament, and this is day 2. We have a 14-end tournament in the open men, women, under 25 men and under 25 women. So four tournaments being played with a 14-end format, and then and that will conclude tomorrow with the quarterfinals, semis, and final. And then on Thursday we start the second tournament, which is based on 2 7-end sets, and that'll be a really good opportunity to see the players in action again. So plenty of bowls for the players, getting maximum value from their trip. So a little bit of a loose head here compared to our first one, as Angelica goes to play her third bowl. Found yesterday coming in this direction that the wind tended to be a little bit behind the players, so not surprising to see the bowl slightly over the head. Here's a nice correction from Angelica, and that's definitely the shot. That's one to the Philippines, and May indicates to Serena just take a little bit more green out there on the wide hand as she plays her third bowl on the second end.
Actually, when the wind sprung up yesterday afternoon, all the players on rinks 1 and 2 in the direction they're playing now, at that end, the wind whistles around the end of the building there, and you finish up with a bit of unpredictability in the draw there.
So here's our Crusader, Amy Knight, as she strides down to the match. She would be pleased with the 2 shots on the first end. Good start for her combination, and she'll be on the forehand side here at Tanglin Club. And a huge shout out to the sponsors for this tournament. It's been great to see the support from the Singapore government, and obviously we've also got private sector sponsors, as you'll see listed at the bottom of your screen. Just really appreciate their support for this event, and it would be fair to say this has captivated other countries in Bowls Asia, Roger, to also express interest in hosting World Bowl Series ranking events.
Yes, well, with the support we've had, it's probably going to encourage quite a bit more action in Asia, and Asia, of course, is seen as a major growth centre for bowls in the world.
Yeah, certainly seeing all sorts of growth and new nations joining all the time. So May just slipping through between the jack and the bowl with her first bowl, and it's Amy capitalising on that as she draws down, just looking to get back and cover those Singapore bowls. It looks like Philippines holding a couple of shots here, one from each of the players, as May comes down again on that big hand. Is she going to get the shot bowl? Is she going to hold for the bowl? She just slips by. So again, it's still Philippines holding shots here. And Roger, great to see that a lot of 8 nations here at this Lion City Cup, teams from right around the region, as far north as Japan, as far east as New Zealand. And I suspect there'll be a lot of people watching this thinking that they might like to try and get here next year.
Well, let's hope they can make it. The invitation is to the world. So the Falklands even were considering coming.
That's great.
But when they checked how hard it was to get here from the Falklands, they thought 4 days of travel was just a bit long.
Yeah, and I know we had a managers meeting earlier in the tournament. Great bowl there from May. She just lands on the shot bowl. That'll be reduce the count for Singapore. So it's 1 to the Philippines. That bowl of Angelica Abateo, and they now lead by 3 shots to zip after 2 of the 14 ends. I think, Roger, also just a bit of discussion at the managers meeting around to see whether we might be able to get a bit of a circuit of events around about this time. So if people are travelling from a distance, they can perhaps decide to come to Asia for a few weeks, enjoy everything that Asia has to offer, because obviously, as well as the bowls, here's the wonderful Eunice just delivering our morning coffee, who is my personal assistant for the entire tournament. Well, that's what she's told me. And with so much on offer to do in Asia, so many sights to see, Good start here by Angelica. That's a good opening bowl from her. So, Roger, you could really see people coming to Asia for a month and just enjoying some great bowls.
Well, that'd be the excellent outcome that we had all hoped for, and it might take a little while to get it together, but that'd be a great outcome.
Yeah, well, certainly I can tell you from my own perspective, a welcome relief from a very cold New Zealand winter.
Yes.
I was just down in Stewart Island at the very bottom of New Zealand at Rakiura over our King's birthday weekend at the beginning of June with my son James, and that was minus zero in the evening. So it's and so it's very nice to be here in Singapore. But actually, I have to say the temperatures here are pretty mild. Humidity's obviously high, but it's a pleasant heat. But you've just got to keep hydrated.
That's true, Brett. But the funny thing was, I was talking to Hong Kong yesterday about the Hong Kong coach about the climate, the temperature, and all that, and the humidity. He said it's much more humid in Hong Kong at the moment.
There you go.
So
great bowl there from Serena, just slipping by, getting a half of the jack. They were one down anyway, so she was looking to reach there. So it's just pop the jack behind Angelica's bowl there as she plays her third bowl here, and she's just going to come up short. Beautiful line, but just coming up short there with hers. So May, using all of her experience, saying, come on, change your hand. Run down there, look to see if you can sit that bowl through. So she'll be on her forehand side. Tends to turn more on this hand, on this rink. So let's see. She's on the just probing up that hand. It's close. May's she's just going to slip by. So well played. Bowl stays up. So
stays on the green.
Yeah. So playing with good percentage weight. Yep. Absolutely. So you can see that that second bowl there from Angelica. Just finishing there. Here was Serena's second bowl. Got the jack, but just got the half of it and just tucked it behind that bowl of Angelica's. And there with her last bowl, Serena just slips through, but finishes at the back. So Amy will be looking to try and get past here, see if she can just give them a little bit of cover. And I think she's played this pretty well. Just nice. She's going to draw a shot. There you go. Well played. So 2 now to the Philippines. But dare I say it, Roger, a pretty good target for May.
May likes this.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see, even through that bandana, I could see the glint in her eye.
Glint in her eye,
as coming down there. Not quite the weight for the shot, and she just collides with Angelica's ball.
Uncharacteristically, she's actually tried to draw it.
Yeah, I think you could count on one hand the number of times May's played a short ball when she's been 2 down in her career. But Amy now with her second bowl, and this time she's definitely making sure she's up and she's behind, covering that back bowl of Serena's. So 2 to the Philippines. Now May with her second bowl. I don't expect her to be short this time, Roger.
Neither do I.
Yep, definitely playing with a fair bit of purpose around this and probing down here. Still not with a huge amount of weight, but she's close.
She's pretty close.
She's close. Oh, that's a great bowl.
Yeah,
well played.
Good bowl, that one.
One to Singapore, I think.
The shot, right?
Yep.
Looks like the shot now.
Yep, definitely one to Singapore. Players enjoying this nice opening round morning on day 2 here at Tanglin. Just a magnificent venue for bowls. Part of the Tanglin Club Sports Complex. We've got squash, we've got tennis, we've got a whole range of activities in this building, and bowls up here on the top on the 4th floor. Here's Amy with her bowl. She gets the jack, She slices it sideways, and it's going to be a measure. I think from here it looks like Singapore holding shot there, but unlucky from Amy there. I see Angelica signalling 2 down, so if she'd got the jack clean, she had a pretty good chance of taking it to her back bowl. If she got the bowl clean, she got 2 shots, but unfortunately it was the slice of hell for Amy Knight, and it looks like it's the Singapore team holding at least 1, and I'm in a back Angelica because I think she's got pretty good young eyes, that it might be 2 to Singapore, and May on a pretty good line here. She's going to add another one. It's going to be pretty close. Well, the hands went in the air from Serena. She thinks it's 3. Angelica's going to have a good look. Yep, 3 it is. So 3 to Singapore. Little fortuitous.
Good pick up now to bring them up to square.
Yep. So we're all tied up here. 3 apiece after 3 of the 14 ends here at the Lion City Cup. Here, let's look at this replay again. Beautiful bowl played by May to get the shot. Just came down and just set off that bowl of Angelica Abateos. And here's the bowl from Aini. Just gets the jack half ball. Unlucky there. If she'd got it clean, she probably would have come back. And there's the last bowl from May, adding a 3rd shot. Great to see players getting that bonus shot, Roger. So important in the game, isn't it?
Absolutely. And actually, if she had got the jack full on, she would have just dragged it back to her back bowl, which would put down the end before the bowl before.
All right, so it's Serena with her first bowl on this 4th end. And that's a pretty tidy opener. Good to just try and make sure you pass with your first bowl on this surface. So Serena's played that very well. How long's Serena Tiong been playing, Roger?
Serena is definitely one of our new ones from our community activities just at the end of COVID. She's come in from then, so 2.5 years maybe, and she came in as one of the first of the intake with all those new ones that we've been developing up now. And like I said before, May's been through it all before, and is sharing her knowledge with the newer ones.
Which is great to see, isn't it?
Yes,
it's great to see that experience being imparted on new players. Much the same with Aini and Angelica here. So
well, it's good to see the unselfish behaviour, because it's so easy to try and keep credit for yourself.
Indeed.
And to be able to say, well, I've had many good years out of this, and let me help the new generation come through.
Indeed, great bowl there from Angelica. The Angelica and Aini, sponsored by the Crusaders Club, who've helped them get here to this Lion City Cup, and they're repaying the support with some nice tidy bowls here. This first round game of day 2 at the Lion City Cup. So two good opening bowls from Angelica. What can she do with the third? Important that she capitalises. Again, she stays down. Nice action. I like the way she gets the ball away, and I think she's on a pretty good line here with her third bowl as well, coming down very, very nicely. And look, that's good bowling, and making sure that she finishes behind. Very easy on these artificial greens just to drop that fraction short. So good to see, good discipline from Angelica. So we see her second bowl here, we call that a screamer in New Zealand, drawing a front toucher. Serena just coming around behind. So good position bowls for May, and May knows how to use those. And there's Angelica's last bowl, just trying to cover those back bowls. So early advantage in this end after the leads is definitely with the Philippines. 3 all, played 3 ends, end 4 here. And May probing down on that backhand side. Should be looking for a connection on the shot bowl. Just slides by, and she's into the ditch. So still 3 to the Philippines. Heine Knight, her first bowl of this 4th end. And she's coming down on a pretty good track as well. Just needs to make sure she doesn't disturb it. And she doesn't. Just finishes beautifully for second shot just underneath there. So doesn't particularly increase the target. Certainly not the target around the shot bowl. So May with her second bowl. 4 down. Yeah, early applause from Serena. I'm not sure May's going to be quite there. Yeah, still coming. Still coming. Well, she will have definitely cut out one of the Philippine bowls.
One of them.
Yeah, Angelica signalling 3. So Heine with her last bowl here.
At least these girls are signalling what they can see. Yesterday we had some people not signalling at all, and we thought maybe we'll get the man with the paddles to come down and help out, so that we could make a fair call.
Makes it a little hard, doesn't it?
Because the perspective we've got, of course, is a little bit bit difficult to judge. Which is how many shots?
And now May with her last bowl. Yep, on a good line here. Just starting to break now. Is she going to hold for the jack? No, she's got the hole. Oh, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. Good effort by May there. And Heine now with her last bowl. Holding 3. Just checking her speed with her last bowl, just so she can make sure she makes the right adjustment. She's on the move. She's chasing it down. She's just breaking now. She doesn't want that bowl of May's, but she gets the right angle of it, and I think she's probably made 4 here.
Knock that out. Talk back to 4. Yeah.
So they're going to have a good look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still having a bit of a look at it. No, I think that's all. 4 it is. So this time fortune favours the brave. Amy getting the right angle on that bowl of May's to bring in her bowl as another shot. Here we can see May with her last bowl just sliding through that gap. And then with her last bowl it was Amy. Here we can see good weight. I thought for a second she was going to get that bowl full, which would have been a disaster for the Philippines, but she just managed to get the right angle, got it off to one side. So 4 to the Philippines, and suddenly they lead 7-4 after 4 ends in this Lions City Cup Open Women's event. World Bowl Series ranking points available for those, and we have Amy Knight already on those World Bowls rankings, World Bowl Series rankings, and she'll be looking to try and add to her points. She's rated, or ranked I should say, 76th on the WBS rankings. Players of course interested in those rankings for a number of reasons. First, it can help them get sponsorship, and I know some of the players that have come here have had sponsorship because clubs and sponsors recognise the importance of those ranking points. But secondly, from a World Bowls perspective, we are hoping to hold a World Masters event at the end of next season, which will be for the top ranked players in the men and women's rankings. Of course, the number one in the world men's rankings is the incomparable, the man we call Omar, Aaron Sheriff from Australia, and his compatriot Kelsey Cottrell is the number one in the women. But great, Roger, to see that Izzat from Malaysia is number two. In the men's rankings.
And that's fantastic, isn't it? Well, it just goes to show that they've been able to put in so much competitive action that they've built their game strongly in Asia, and then the whole team's ranked in the top 5 in the world now.
Yeah, and Eddie, their legendary coach, is here as those people. Here's a great ball from Angelica, just slipping by, so still 1 to Singapore. But we've got a really good Malaysian team here, more of a development side than the usual faces that we would expect here, and I think a number of countries have chosen to do this for this World Bowl Series silver event. It's not a gold event like the World Championships or the Commonwealth Games. So great to see some development players here. And talking to Eddie, the Malaysian coach, this morning over breakfast, he was very pleased with the way his team performed yesterday. Probably only their open women being a little bit of a surprise in the game between world indoor singles champion Noor Farah and her partner Noor Zamziza against Leanne Paulson and Robin Walker from New Zealand, who lead that section, will be keenly watched today out at Kelang. We'll try and bring you those scores later, but now back to this game. It's Singapore with the early advantage on the changeover in this end. 2 very good bowls from Serena as Amy Knight plays her first bowl, and she's pretty close here. Just gets the wrong edge of the second shot Singapore bowl. So Singapore still holding 2, and Serena saying to May, see if you can get around and just cover those 3 waiting bowls of Angelica Abateo's, just sitting back, and May's played this pretty well. She just slides by. Yeah, that's a good spot. Just breaks those bowls up a little bit. Still 2 to Singapore. Amy Knight, the Crusader, just about to play her second bowl here. Played 2 very good bowls on that last 10. Again, she's playing with weight. She's close. She's close. Oh, she just slides through. Very unlucky. Just narrowly missing that shot bowl. Again, Serena seeing that weight that Amy's playing, saying to May, see if you can come over a little further. Just get behind those blue bowls, just so she can try and provide some additional cover. But no, May's going to draw a shot instead. Followed it up. Now, it's another shot to Singapore, but actually it also gives Amy now a shoulder that she can play off with her bowl. So her first 2 bowls she's played slightly narrow. This time she may be encouraged just to take a little more green, because now she has a result off the shot bowl. She has a result off the jack and probably a result off the wing bowl. But anyway, she's still got to play it. So let's see what she does with her last bowl of this 5th end. Leads 7-3. Following down, she likes it. She likes it. She gets the edge of the jack and just slices it through. Singapore still holding. It's definitely 1 to Singapore. It may be just the 1, and I'm going to call it's going to be a measure for second. Little hard to see from our commentary position here, but definitely Singapore holding 1. May's going to stick on her forehand. Makes a lot of sense. She can turn down one of her bowls for another shot. Gone a little bit wider this time, and you can see her waving her hand. let's see what the players have. Serena says 2, and Angelica having a good look. 2 it is. So the teams, going toe to toe here in this game, and it's now, that was 2 to Singapore, so that's 7-5 now to the Philippines, and we've played 5 of the 14 ends Lion City Cup Open Women Pairs event here at the Tanglin Club in Singapore. Just so you can see, wonderful setting here, surrounded by high-rise buildings. That building with the orange roof is 4 stories high, so we're up on the 4th floor here at Tanglin, and Serena with her first bowl of this 6th end. And early applause from May, her skip, and you can see why. She just gets a little kiss of the jack, so that's a toucher, and a great way to start this 6th end. We've got a section of the Open Women, obviously the section that these 2 teams are part of here at Tanglin, and we've also got sections of the men's open pairs also playing alongside. I can tell you that Malaysia, they are playing the Tanglin Club in their section, and it's Malaysia of the Open Men's event, and it's Malaysia leading that game 8 shots to 0, and we'll try and bring you other scores as they become available. But our main focus is on this women's pairs game. Amy Knight and Angelica leading 7-5, and again seeing some pretty good leading from these 2 players. Serena Tiong now, her 3rd bowl, 1 down. Amy Knight drawing the shot with her last bowl, and just looks like she's going to slip inside. She just goes through the hole. I'm sorry you're obscured from that. And now, with her last bowl, Angelica Abateo looking to see if she can add another shot. Just drawing down. She gets a clap from her skip. She's just going to slip by, but that's a good bowl. Covers those back bowls of... there you can see, just covers those back bowls of the Singaporean team. That's the first bowl from Serena, and that was just clapping around that last bowl that Angelica played. There you go. So 1 to the Philippines, and we'll see May play her opening bowl on this end, number 6. Here we go. Just got a touch wide here. So she's just going to slip around the back. Is it going to stay up? Nope, just tumbles into the ditch. So 1 to the Philippines. Amy Knight. And she comes with her first bowl, and she's close here. Just going to slip through the hole. So nice piece of weight, just looking to sit that second shot. But it's Philippines holding 1. The blue bowl of Angelica Abateo. Sponsored by the Crusaders Club. And they'll be very pleased with the way their team is going this morning. May now just slipping through again. Close, but still, it's Philippines holding the shot. Annie swapping, staying on that backhand side. Be conscious she needs to get another one there. May's a dangerous player, she's very happy to be aggressive, and this one's on a pretty good line. Is she going to get a sit or is she going to get the hold? She gets the sit, and that's the shot itself. So that's 2 to the Philippines. Good bowl there from Annie. And right. May with her last bowl. She's 2 down. She's swapped. She's playing on that forehand side again. Just playing with that probing weight. She's not quite going to turn. It's just going to slip by. And now it's Annie with her last bowl and a chance to add another shot. Philippines getting the scoring momentum going in this direction. Early applause from Angelica, but I think it's just going to come across the front of the head. So it's 2 to the Philippines. Okay, so it's 2 to the Philippines. They lead 9-5. Amy Knight and Angelica Abateo playing the local Serena and May from the host Singapore. And it's Angelica Abateo with her first bowl on N7. 14 in game. Lion City Cup Open pairs here at Tanglin. Yeah, just dropping a little bit short there, about a metre. Serena's tended to play better in this direction. It's been a little bit steadier this way, and again shows with the first bowl just a nice opening bowl. So yep, gets applause from May. Always very demonstrative on the head. What can Angelica do with her second bowl? Yes, it's on a good line. Just looks like she's going to come up a little short, but is it going to run? Yes, it does. It gets a nice run down there, and that's 1 to the Philippines. Great bowl, Angelica. Just wasn't sure whether she was going to have the speed, but the bowl got there nicely. In the background we see Edmund Lim, the chairman of the organising committee of this event, and some of you will have heard Edmund doing commentary work with me yesterday, and he did the last round game. He is like the proverbial Swiss Army knife of bowls. He's the Singapore men's champion. There he is, sitting on the chair there, arms folded. He's a Singapore men's champion. He's a coach. He's the chairman of the organising committee here. Just another one of those people alongside Roger Kimpton and others here, just making a fantastic contribution to bowls. And this Lion City Cup, it's not the first time we've had the Lion City Cup, but it's the first time in its 7-year history that it's been a World Bowl Series event, and the organisation has really been first class. You know, ground transport, meals. We've got 2 different greens going. Great to have the support of the international technical officials here, and yeah, this is a one of the best events I've attended for some time. So congratulations to Edmund, Roger and the Bowls Singapore team for that. Back here in this women's pairs game. It's 1 to the Philippines team, Amy Knight and Angelica Abateo. Here's that second bowl from Angelica. Just got that nice run in on that side. It can hold a little bit there, but there you see Angelica's last bowl just getting hooked up on a shorter bowl. So now it's going to be Amy Knight with her first bowl of this 7th end. Holds one, but she'll be looking to make sure she gets past. She'll know that May will be playing with attacking weight to this, and she's played a very good bowl here. Yep, great bowl from the Crusader. That's a nice catcher there, probably 4th shot, but importantly just gives them a bit of cover because knowing May, she'll be probing down there. She's wearing a bandana like an old robber from the Western movies, and certainly she has the capability of robbing you with some of her play. Her and Serena keeping themselves well covered in this hot weather.
Yeah, they both look like gangsters, aren't they?
They do, so incognito, but we know who they are. Amy now with her second bowl. Not quite going to have the weight this time. It's just starting to break now. Yeah, she'll be disappointed with that. That's another bowl in the head, but really ineffective when she knows that May will be probing down there. Just got hooked up on a short bowl with her first, but here she goes. The Singapore robber, we might call her. She's going to just get inside that bowl. Well, she gets the angle. She gets the jack.
Nice bowl. Just snuck in.
So it's 1 to Singapore, but everything for Amy Knight to play for here. 2 seconds, Philippines. You can see what Angelica's saying. Come down there, play that bowl out. Any contact on the bowl looks like it's going to be pretty advantageous for the Philippines. Amy just checking what sort of speed she needs to play the shot.
If she can play on her own, she can punch May out the other side there and pick up 3.
So the robber got a shot there. And here's Amy Knight. On a pretty good line here. Starting to break now. She get the edge of that bowl. She does.
She hit it, but just got it a bit too thin.
Yep, played a good percentage line there. Getting the bowl getting her bowl or the shot bowl, but unfortunately just got it on slightly the wrong angle. So 1-2 to the Singapore Robbers, and
I think that what she's done there is open it up for May to draw a second.
That's right.
See how that goes. May's calmed the weight down this time. But it might be a bit too much.
Just going to pull up.
Yeah, it's just going to.
She'll be pretty pleased to get out of that end with a shot.
Yeah.
That's 1 to Singapore. And after 7 of the 14 ends, it is the Philippines leading 9-6. So here we see that bowl of May's just getting the kiss off the outside bowl and in for a shot. And here's Amy's last bowl. Just couldn't quite get that bowl of hers full, but ended up retaining second shot. So. And that means that her and Angelica maintain their 9-6 lead over May and Serena. We'll get you some other scores from games. I can tell you that the Malaysian men, Open men's team, are leading 10-1 over the Tanglin club. That's on rank 1, just out in front of me here at the host Tanglin club. Angelica Abateo with her first bowl. You can see the Malaysian skip there, Dedri. Just having a good look at the head. while Angelica Abateo's bowl just comes down and just settles nicely behind the jack. There we go. So just on cue, Serena draws her shot. So that's 1-2 Singapore. Angelica with her second bowl. Been very impressed with her today. She's played very good steady bowls, having a good battle with Serena. And she just slides by here, but that's a good catcher for Amy. So so our ITO just making sure the players are aware where the camera is, so we can get a good view of what's happening on the head. And there's May, Serena just dropping down in there now. She's just going to slide past, so it's pretty close. I'm going to call it 1 to Singapore. So Angelica Abateo, can she turn it around with her last bowl here? End 8, Philippines leading 9-8. She's on a pretty good line here. She got the weight, yes she has. She's just going to slide through. So just more line than anything. But that's a good finish. So we see there Angelica's second bowl just coming around behind. So all the players got the breeze behind them coming in this way, so in this direction. So we're likely to see them being slightly over in the other direction, playing more into the breeze. It's not particularly windy here, but it just can make a little bit of a difference with the play. So May playing her first bowl, preferring this backhand side, coming in this direction. She's played a lot of bowls down that side, and this one's tight. That hand is definitely the biggest turning hand with a little bit of breeze behind it, and she's missed her line there. So we will still call 1 to Singapore as Amy plays her first bowl. On a good line here. Just starting to break now. It's going to be close. Yeah, that's a fine bowl. That's a fine bowl. Just gets a touch on the jack. Might have even brought in that back Philippines bowl. So 1, maybe 2. May still keen to play that backhand side. She's got the opportunity of turning her own bowl, that bowl of Serena's, in for shot or second shot. So she's probing down there. Again, looks on the tight side to me. Yeah, just going to miss underneath. Always looked a little bit tight, little narrow. So what will Amy do here? Does she draw another shot or does she cover? May's such a dangerous player. Definitely taking a bit more green. Yeah, and I think she's looked to try and cover those bowls out to the side. That's a good bowl. Just covers those Singapore bowls. You can see there 2 of them, both May's, just to the right of your screen at the back as catches. You've got a blue bowl of Angelica's almost on the centre line, but Serena and May just debating what hand to play. Yeah, but no surprise May's swapping over to the forehand side. I just think it's a better percentage hand coming in this direction. It's not quite so precise with the green. And May's on a pretty good line here. She's a little heavy, so yeah, she's just going to slip through. So definitely 1 to the Philippines. Amy Knight's coming up to have a look. Crusader just wanting to check out what the position is. Is it 1 or 2? because that might influence her shot. She has a quick look, and she'll come back to play knowing that unless something untoward happens, the Philippines will score again, and we keep this pattern of the Filipino team scoring in this direction, and the Singaporean team scoring in the other direction. It's been the pattern of this game so far, and Amy Knight now with her last bowl. So on a pretty good line again. Just starting to break now. Is she going to sit the shot bowl, or is she going to slide through? She just slides through. So play with good weight. So there we see that bowl of Amy's, her first bowl, drawing the shot. And it was one. So just having a look at the board now. So 10-6 after 8 ends. So we're past halfway now. 14 ends at this Lion City Cup Open Women's Pairs event. You can see the Filipino men playing next door. They had a pretty good day yesterday, just losing the one game to the New Zealand team, so they'll be pleased with their day's work. And I can tell you, for the Filipino supporters, that Singapore B, they're playing Singapore B, and they trail 6 shots to 4 after 7 ends. Meanwhile, back at the women's game, Angelica Abateo plays a cracker of a bowl, and that's a great start from her on this 9th end of the game. And as I've said, this has typically been the direction that the Singapore team have been scoring in, so Amy and Angelica will be keen to see if they can break that rhythm. Pretty critical stage of the game here. They lead by 4, but if they can score again here, just might start to give them a buffer as we get close to the end of this game. Game played at a good clip. They're not going to be worried about the hour and 40 time limit. Just pulling up short with their second bowler, Angelica, just showing a little bit of an experience there. That's where you want to make sure that you reach with that second bowl, either to add another shot or just slip behind, particularly when you're playing a dangerous player like May, who's going to be playing attacking. So Serena, another one of the Singapore robbers, as I've nicknamed them this morning, and she's just going to slip past. Pretty good bowl, just finishing in that catching position, which is a good bowl for her skip. And really important now that Angelica Abateo gets her third bowl past the jack, just to give the Philippines a little bit of security. Yeah, definitely got that bowl away a lot better, and I think she's just going to come past. So that's a good bowl.
Short, Brett.
No, that's a good bowl. I mean, May's been playing pretty aggressively, so just urging Serena to draw another shot there. Right, Serena with her last bowl. Oh, she's close. She's close. You can hear May. Hurry. Yeah, well played.
Let's pick it up.
Yep, gets the shot. She's played very well in this direction. Typically always had one bowl pretty close. So we see that first bowl from Angelica. Great opener. And there was that last bowl of Serena's just held long enough for the jack, and so 1-2 Singapore, but plenty for Amy to play to. So her first bowl leads 10-6. Lion City Open Women's Pairs game. Just drawing with the first, so she's obviously decided I'm going to try and get another shot on the head. And she's close. Yeah, just pulling up short, but that's a good security bowl for her team there. They lead 10-6, so they don't need to do anything too rash. May, she'll be looking to see if she can just turn that bowl of Serena's over or come past, and come past she has. Just dropping into another catching position there. Angelica just indicating to Amy she needs about another metre of weight. So we've got the Crusaders against the Robbers. And it's the Crusader here, one down. Is that fair, Roger?
Sounds like the Pirates to me.
She's close here. She's close here. Oh, magnificent ball from Amy Knight. Wow. One to the Philippines. So Serena saying to May, we've got 3 seconds. There is a bowl from the Philippines. You can see that blue bowl right at the back of Angelica Abateo, her third bowl. So May just establishing exactly what sort of weight she needs to play to move that bowl. Pretty crucial stage of this game. So it's the Philippines holding one, lead 10-6. May with her second bowl. The bandana's off. She's on the probe. She's probing down. She's just going to get the front bowl. Oh, and she's pumped through.
May have brought a second one in
a
there.
bowl of Angelica's. So I think it's 2 now to the Philippines. Well, as up come the skips, they're going to have a look at this. It's a little bit hard for them to see what's happening with the bowls just being slightly obscured by those short bowls. Obviously the jack's been moved. So Amy Knight, she's played some really good bowls in this game. Very positive player, very positive person, and very involved with that fantastic Crusaders facility in the Philippines. I'm looking forward to getting to that later this year for that Crusaders triples tournament. In the meantime, her last bowl on this 9th end, we think she's holding 2. She's on a good line. I don't think she's going to reach. I don't think she's going to reach.
Gonna run out of gas.
Yep, just a metre, but she'll be disappointed with that. So May surveying the head, just looking at the angles. What she'll be thinking about is changing and playing that forehand side, because it's definitely got more turn there. And I think her concern, Roger, on the backhand side is it's a little straight. She just may feel that she can't get a good angle to those bowls.
The question going through her mind at the moment, Brett, is that if she plays the backhand, which is probably the right side, it's to get the turn, you really have to have the weight perfect.
And while that wasn't a brilliant bowl, that last bowl of Amy's, it's just made that angle a little harder on that backhand side now. So, yep, as we said,
those 3 short bowls are just going to make it very hard to get around that corner.
So May swapping to the forehand. Critical stage of this game. So she's probing down on the forehand side. Players getting down now, looking at it. Is she going to get through there?
If she
gets her
got
bowl
a chance.
up.
How'd that go? Oh, it looks like Serena's excited, so it may be okay. Yes?
Yeah, no, one to the Philippines. So she got second shot by turning that bowl up. So it's 1 to the Philippines, and they now lead 11-6. They've broken the pattern with Singapore scoring generally in this direction into the wind, and it's May's second bowl just when she turned that bowl up, and then we just saw with her last bowl May coming down and just getting the edge of that bowl. Didn't quite get it in for shot, but got it in for second. So 11-6. Played 9 of the 14 ends. Handy advantage to the Philippines, but nothing in it really. As Angelica Abateo kicks us off on this 10th end. And that's a handy starter. Just finishing to the right of the jack, slightly short. There you go. So 1 to the Philippines.
No, Serena's just come back actually, Brett, after having a second child.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so she's only been back in training for probably 2 months now.
Well, she's certainly been playing well this morning. You know, it's been a good tussle between the leads. And if anything, it's just been Amy Knight going slightly better than May, just drawing a few more shots at skip. That's been the difference so far. So Angelica Abateo just slipping by. Good bowl there, good catcher for the Philippines. You know, they definitely are mindful of wanting to make sure that you've got a bowl past the jack. But early advantage on this 10th end to Serena and May. Here's next bowl from Serena, just going to pull up short, I think. So
short, yeah.
1-2 Singapore, and Amy saying, look, just a little bit more green. Angelica, just see if you can get around that front bowl. Yep, she's on a good line, I think, here. Looking to reach down for the jack or for the bowl. I think she's going to be just a little over, but that's finishing in a very good
position.
Well, it sits down, so that's a good tight bowl. May having a look. No indication from either skip as to who has the shot. I think possibly still Singapore. So the Pirates versus the Crusaders, and on the board it's the advantage to the Crusaders, and on the head we think it's the advantage to the Pirates. May's got her bandana off now, so we can't quite call her a pirate.
Yeah, so we're getting more focused, do you think?
Absolutely. So skip stride down to play their bowls. That was Angelica's third bowl. I thought it was a little heavy, but it pulled up nicely as it broke, as the weight came off and sat back. So we're going to call it as 1-2 Singapore as Amy Knight plays her first bowl here. N10 leads 11-6. Women's Open pairs at the Lion City Cup. So in a good line here. Bowling starting to break just a little over weight-wise. That's the sort of weight you want, though. She's probably not quite that much, but she'll be looking to sort of reach down to see if she can sit the shot bowl. Any trail of the jack's good news for her. Philippines with catching bowls.
Yeah, anything within a couple of mat lengths behind us gives you really a lot more to work with.
Well, definitely 1 to Singapore now as May gets a toucher as she slices the jack almost back up the rink, which is an unusual thing to see. And it's the Singapore team holding one. Amy just checking with Angelica. Expect she'll stay on the forehand side and just be drawing down there. We're only one down. Lead 11-6. Yeah, she's on a pretty good line here. Starting to break now. Early clap from Angelica. Starting to break in now. Just going to slip. Just going to sit on that second shot at the back. That's another bowl on the head. You can see Serena saying to May, look, you know, see if you can come down. There's 2 bowls to sit on there now. And it's quite a nice draw on that hand. A little bit of breeze, I think, off the clubhouse here. You can see on the left of your screen, which I think just turns the bowls, and May's on a pretty good line again here. Breaking now. Yes, she gets in. That's a great bowl. So 2 now to Singapore. And Angelica will... She may be tempted to attack on this other hand. Yes, you can see that she's looking at it because the 2 Singapore bowls are in a line there. She has the back bowls. Can't quite see behind Angelica, but there's another 2 Singapore bowls in behind there. Philippines bowls in behind there. So it may be that Amy decides to... Yeah, there you can see blue bowl on the left-hand side, right at the back. We'll see that in a second. There you are. And the brown bowl almost on the by the number 2, which is Amy Knight's first bowl. So she's got plenty to play for if she can get jack movement. She's on the backhand side and she's going to be running down through that hole. On the run. I think she's tight. Yep. Yeah. Swings away there. It's you've really got to give the bowls a bit of air on that side. May had followed her bowl up to have a look just to see what situation is. So as the head stands now, we've got the Philippines leading 11-6. Singapore holding 2. So that's going to make it 11-8 after 10 ends. And May has another potential shot in her hand. Last bowl, N10, Lion City Open Women's Pairs. Is she going to hold? Is she going to hold? She is. She's going to hold past there. She doesn't want the jack. She doesn't want the jack. She doesn't get the jack. She gets the sit. And that's 3 shots. Well, it shows you what it means to those Singapore players. That's 3 shots. So great bowl from May. 2 great bowls there from her to draw 2 additional shots. And this game's closed right up. So there we see May's second bowl as she came down and first bowl and just sliced the jack slightly closer to her bowl. So that was her first toucher. That was Amy Knight's second bowl. Here was the critical one. You saw May knew it was close as she came down and she just sat that second shot out and in for 2. And here's her last bowl again. She's on the march behind it and she plays it perfectly. Up go the arms from Serena, and that's a 3rd shot. And this game's closed up again now. 11-9. Philippines lead Singapore. We've played 10 of the 14 ends. Couldn't be in for a better finish, Roger.
Oh, it looks it's very exciting up to date, Brett. So.
Just some other scores for you. Malaysia lead in the men's event. They're leading Tanglin Club 10-4 after 9 ends. In the other men's event we can see it is Singapore B leading the Philippines 7-6 after 9 ends. So pretty close game there too. Both leads just a little bit short with their first bowls here. Have to remember when they come down in this direction, they are playing into a slight breeze, and the bowls tend to not turn quite so much as a result. Tend to hang a little bit on this this side depending on what sort of run they get with the breeze. This one just holding, but holding enough for shot. Good weight. 2 to Singapore. Angelica Abateo, good line here. She got the weight. She's played a pretty good bowl. Yep, she's coming in nicely here. That's well played. Very well played. So 1 to the Philippines. Great bowl from the Crusader. The Crusaders and the Pirates. That's what we've dubbed these two. And see the top of Serena's hat there as she lines up to play her 3rd bowl on this end. Swapping over to the forehand side just to try to get an open run into the jack there so she doesn't get hooked up on any of those short bowls. just going to get hooked on the short bowls on the other side. And so early advantage to the Philippines. This game played in a really good spirit. You can both teams obviously very compatible with each other and getting on well together. So Angelica with her third bowl, she's just again going to get hooked up on the short stuff. So 1 to the Philippines, their advantage as they swap over. It'll be May that will have first bowl. Here we can see the second bowl from Angelica. Just pick that gap nicely on the backhand side. A little bit tricky for the skips now with a few bowls in the way, but they can get a run through. So Mei Lee, she's on the forehand side. She's played that hand consistently during this game. Let's see what she can do with her first bowl. Just starting to break now, but she's a little heavy. That gives her a good catcher, so a good percentage bowl from May there, making sure she was up. Amy Knight desperately needs to get another bowl in there. We know how dangerous May can be with her weighted shots. And I think Amy's on a pretty good line if she can get past those front bowls. Nope, she joins the pack. So needing at least a metre of speed to get to the head. Mei Lee. Second bowl. Just fell off that one a little bit on them as she released it. And I think that's taken a fair bit of the weight off. You just saw her just drop her line. I can tell you in the men's pairs, Malaysia now lead 14-4 here at the Tanglin Club. Just scored a 4 on that end, so they lead 14-4 after 10 ends. And we'll bring you updates of the other games when we see a changeover in the score. Here's Amy Knight. She's close with this bowl. Just going to be out of the count. So just got caught wide. So still 1 to the Philippines. Mei Lee with her last bowl of this 11th end. How she would like to get the shot here, just to tighten that game up a step further. Serena just encouraging her. There's the weight. Obviously they've got a catcher. Only bowl actually past the jack on this end is May's first bowl. She's on a pretty good line. She's on a pretty good line. Is she going to get the jack? She's just going to slide by. So still 1 to the Philippines. And Amy Knight with her last bowl. She's going to swap over. I think that makes a lot of sense. She doesn't want to turn in the Singapore bowl on that backhand side. They're holding one, pretty critical at this stage of the game just to keep scoring when you're leading. She's playing her last bowl. And she's on a pretty good line here. Just breaking into the head. She gets hung up again on the front, so it's 1 to the Philippines. And they lead 12-9 now. We've played 11 of the 14 ends here at the Tanglin Club. Just a beautiful morning here in Singapore. And Green playing very well. And the players playing very well, Roger.
Yes, absolutely, Brett. And talk about the weather, just a little bit of cloud cover, but just enough to take the sting out of the sun.
For the Philippines players that are watching the game, I'll give you their score from their men's game. They're having a titanic battle against Singapore B. They're playing on rink 3, just next to where the women are playing. And I know that there'll be a loyal band of Filipino bowlers watching this game with Angelica and Amy, and they'll be interested in what's going on elsewhere. So it looks like Singapore B have won that end on the measure. So I'll bring you that updated score in just a second as Angelica plays her first bowl on this 12th end. And it's a cracker. right on the jack. That gets generous applause from both skips, which shows you the spirit that this game is being played in. Early advantage Philippines. See the skip from the Tanglin club there. They're just playing a slightly shorter end on rink 1 here, playing Malaysia, trailing 14-4. And in the other men's game that we can see, it's Singapore B now leading the Philippines 9-6 after 10 ends. That Singapore B team have been going pretty well, Roger. They gave the New Zealand boys a pretty good test in the first game yesterday, only losing by 1.
Yes, they've acquitted themselves quite well in this tournament up to date, Brett.
Who's playing in that combination, Roger?
So we've got Musa Fendi, who's the big guy at this end, and Vincent Lim. Vincent's leading and Musa's skipping.
And Vincent's
been around for quite some time, and Musa's reasonably new in the last 3-year intake. So
I think Vincent's just played a pretty good bowl there. Meanwhile, back at the women's game, it's 2 great bowls from Angelica Abateo to begin this 12th end. The Filipino team lead 12-9. They're holding 2 right on the jack, and already the Singapore team looking to play with some attacking weight just to try and disrupt those 2 bowls. And that's a fine bowl from Angelica Abateo, just getting just slightly behind. And a third shot, perfectly called by Amy Knight, the Crusader. So it's the Crusader pair who are sponsored by the Crusaders Club from the Philippines that are leading 12-9 on the board and holding 3 here. But you never count Mei Lee out. She's played some great bowls to keep her and Serena in this game. Serena again just trying to play the probe, but we've seen that backhand side is a hard side to play with weight. You know, the bowls are swinging a lot, and again that time she was too narrow. So here's the first bowl from Angelica. You know, this really is world class leading. Right on the button with the first bowl. And here comes her second bowl, right on the button again. So that brings joy to any skip's heart when you have those, and then played a very good bowl with her third bowl just to get a nice position in. So
especially when they're lined up so that they're a bit hard to hit, so only the width of one bowl.
So Amy Knight going to the back with her bowl, very wise, and as she finishes in a good home, just slightly obscured by the players, but it's a good she's just finished around the back, just breaking up those Singapore bowls. Mei Lee on the backhand side, running for the bowls. She's got a good line here. She's going to hold. She's going to hold. She's going to hold. She gets 1. So she gets 1. That's a good bowl, but still 2 to the Philippines.
It's opened it up now.
It is opened it up, yep. So it's given herself a chance. So Angelica saying to Amy, swap over, play the backhand side, and just see if you can match these brown bowls in behind, knowing that we may well have May coming down here with weight. So Amy coming now. She's played this, maybe just overplayed it slightly. She's come right to the back. So probably didn't need to be quite that heavy, but I'm not going to presuppose what weight May's going to play this shot. So let's see.
Looks to me as though she's going to try and draw this one.
Yeah, more of a draw weight. Just looking to sort of probe up to it. She's close. She's close. She's got it. Great bowl. Well, that was the danger. That was where Malaysia had. Singapore had the 2 catches, and May's played an absolute screamer. In the context of this game, that's an incredible bowl. So Amy Knight. Philippines have hardly put a foot wrong on this end, but it's been May with her bowls that has played well. So Amy Knight needs to try and draw a shot here to keep them in this end. Yep, early clap from Angelica. She likes it. It's coming pretty well. Just breaking now. Just breaking now. It's going to be a little bit heavy again. Just with that breeze behind her and just misjudging the speed there. They've got 3. So this is a big turnaround in this game. You know, just when it looked like the Philippines might be going to kick away, May Lee has played 2 screamers with her first 2 bowls, and now an opportunity to draw a 4th shot and actually put Singapore ahead. I don't know if she's going to make it. I don't think. Is she just going to get... Here she is. She's in. She's in. Yeah, hugs all round.
May's typical exclamation is a heart over her head. When Serena does a good
and
job.
it's 4. So devastating blow for the Philippines there.
4, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, what a great, 2 balls right on that.
Change the lead there.
So here we go. Here you can see this bowl of May's. The first one, she got 1 bowl out. Second bowl, she comes down and trails the jack perfectly back to her catches. And with her last bowl, just snuck in for another shot. So massive turnaround in this game. Basically, if you look at the situation at the changeover, that was a 7-shot turnaround. And just unfortunate that Amy Knight was just a little heavy with her 2 bowls trying to cover that danger. Anyway, there's still plenty of life in this game yet. There's only 1 in it. We've played 12 ends, so we're down to the second last end here. And it's May Lee and her partner Serena Tiang leading 13-12, playing Amy Knight and Angelica Abateo. Just watching the men's pairs game, and it looks like Singapore B have scored again in this in the game next door. In the other men's game in front of us, Malaysia leading Tanglin Club 14-5. They've played 11 ends, so that looks like it's going to be a win to Malaysia. There's just a little delay here because there's a question as to whether the jack is has reached the minimum length.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have 13 and a half minutes left. 13 and a half minutes left.
We could do 2 ends for that.
There you go. So 13 and a half minutes left. We'll bring you the scores from the other games shortly. The jack is up.
Come on. All good. Yeah. All good.
Jack is up. So we can get on with this second last end. We should have time for 2 ends. The players have been playing at a pretty reasonable clip. So it'll be Serena to play her first bowl, second last end. 13-12. Massive turnaround on that last end. I see May's got her bandana back on again, Roger, so the Pirates are back in the house.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
and it's a pretty good opener from Serena here on the second last end. Yep, toucher. That's a great start for her. It's played very well coming in this direction. No need to change for Angelica. So I'm just looking to get a close bowl, give Amy something to play to. In the men's pairs game, it's now 12-6 to Singapore B over the Philippines after 11 ends. So that's a bit of a margin to pick back. Great bowl from Angelica there. Just gets a touch on the shot bowl. Still 1 down, but set up the head nicely now for Angelica and for Amy to play. So good bowl there from the Crusaders lead. Now it's Serena. one of the Singapore Pirates. And she's just going to slip by with her bowl. That's a good tip. Gets warm applause from both skips. That's a good bowl. A nice catching position for her. Angelica, she'll be looking to just see if she can turn her own bowl over or sit the shot bowl. And she's on a good line. She's got Amy Knight very interested in this bowl. Just going to slip by. Just slightly heavy for that shot, so just a little bit overplayed. But useful at the back there. We know that the jacks moved around a fair bit in this game, so it's not bad to have a position bowl. Both skips not afraid to play aggressive shots. May saying to Serena, just try and get me another second shot or a bowl just slightly past the jack. Serena's led very, very well in this direction. She's this has been her sort of favoured direction, but this time she's not quite going to make it. Yeah, that's on the head, but definitely not the position that she was looking to get to. So Amy saying, just draw down there. Just draw down there. No need to panic. Only one behind on the board. Here we go. So a lot of interest in this bowl. Just going to slide by, and again she's just a little heavy. Just sort of overplaying it slightly. I mean, obviously you don't want to be short, but just a little bit too far over to be effective. Here's that first bowl from Serena. Destroying the shot, and great to see her back in the game. Recently became a mother, second time, Roger?
Second time,
for her. So and that's a great thing with our sport, of course. You can play in very different stages of your life. Choose to play competitively or play socially or a bit of both.
Well, once you got the hang of it, it's like riding a bicycle, isn't it? You can
Absolutely.
come back any old time. You just do a bit of training and away you go.
So we see May's experience. She's put her bowl on the 2. So covering the back and covering the kill. And it'll be Amy with her first bowl, looking to get down there, looking to see if she can sit the bowl. Angelica likes it. Just starting to break now. Is she going to break enough? She's going to break enough. Oh, what a great bowl. What a great bowl. Toucher from Amy Knight. Great bowl from Amy. So toucher for the Filipino skip. I don't think it's been chalked. And May just coming down here, sliding past. I think Angelica's just forgotten to chalk that toucher of Amy's. So it's a measure, but I think she thinks that they're one down.
I'm not sure it was a toucher, Brett, because it didn't hit Serena's bowl first, and I think Serena's bowl moved the jack, wasn't it?
I think it touched the jack.
Do you?
Yeah, I think we'll have a look at the replay, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a toucher. May not matter in the context of this game, but just a good discipline, obviously, to be into.
Yeah, we haven't seen people driving too heavily in this.
Amy close here. Very close here. Oh, that's a magnificent bowl. What a great bowl. So the advantage swings again to the Crusaders. We've just had such a great game here. So May just checking, are we 1 or 2 down? Right, you want to get back and play reasonably quickly. We're on a time limit here, an hour 40, and you heard the call from the international technical officials that we had 14 minutes left. So I imagine we'll have enough time to get this last end in, but they won't want to muck around. So May Lee, she's just played a couple of absolutely superb bowls in this game to keep her and Serena in it. Just checking with Serena one last time before she plays. Can the Singapore Pirate skipper get them back into this end? Second last end. Serena's calling it. She likes it. She likes it. She likes it. Oh, well. She gets second shot. So it's definitely only 1-2 Singapore. Sorry, 1 to the Philippines. I'm sorry. I'll be giving the Crusaders supporters heart palpitations back in the Philippines.
Let it have us all locked up going into the last end, won't it?
You couldn't get a better finish here. So 80 Knight, can she add another shot here, Roger? You know, that could these bonus bowls become pretty critical.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What can she do with her last bowl? She won't want to be too aggressive to it because obviously they've got the shot. And but she's close here. She's close. She's close. Oh, just the wrong edge of the second shot. One it is.
So we're all tied up.
We're all tied up. Well, you couldn't get a more magnificent game than the one we've seen here. We're 13 apiece after 13. All the 13s. No superstition here.
No, not at all.
Who'll get up? Will it be the Crusaders or will it be the Singapore Pirates? Will it be Serena and May, the Singapore team, or will it be Angelica and Amy from the Philippines? Only time will tell. Just to give you some other scores in the men's pairs, it's now 12-8 to Singapore B over the Philippines. And in the game just in front of us, it is Malaysia now comfortably leading that game 14-5 after 11 ends playing the Tanglin club, and it's Malaysia holding shots. So let's see what happens back here in the women's game. It's Angelica with her first one, and that's a little speedy. So she played very well on coming in this direction last time, but obviously wanting to make sure that she was up, and she's just finished behind. Handy bowl there. Don't make any mistake about this. We've seen the jack move on just about every end of this game. Both skips very attacking, and here's Serena with her first bowl, and she's going to be pretty close. May just got the heart shape up.
May with a heart shape.
Yep, the heart shape was in the air. That's the pirate heart of Singapore. And it's one early advantage to Serena May. Such a good game. Angelica, what she got with her first bowl. She's close. She's got very good speed here. Just going to tail off a little bit at the end there. But that's a handy second. It's a handy second for the Philippines, but advantage still with Singapore. Serena with her bowl. Second bowl, holding one, and again on a pretty good line here. Just going to be a little bit quick. So she slips around behind, but handy spot there. So you can see A&E just indicating you got half a metre there, Angelica. Draw me the shot. Yep, I like this one from Angelica Abateo. I think she's on a pretty good line here. Maybe just a little bit quick again. And sure enough she is. Just a little bit of inexperience the last couple of years, just trying to make sure she's up and just finishing over. But that's it's better there than in front, and gives Amy plenty to play to. But the advantage still lies with Singapore, and Serena's on a pretty good line here. Just going to be underneath the jack, I think, or is she going to hold? She'll hold for it. That's a great bowl.
And looks like it's just tucked it in there.
That's a great bowl. That's a very good bowl by Serena. So Singapore now holding 3.
It's making a bit of a target for Amy, and Amy knows how to hit them.
Amy certainly does, and she's got the firepower with her game to do that. So here we go. Any Knight. Getting herself set. She's got the back covered. They've got the 2 metre covered. If she can get a contact on the jack or on the bowls, it's on its way. She likes it. Well, she gets the shot ball out. Great drive from her. Very good drive. So still Singapore holding 2. I imagine Mei Lee will be going to the back, Roger.
I think there's a bit of cover coming here.
Yep. Yep. And sure enough, she's at the back. Is she too strong?
That could be too heavy.
Yeah, she's definitely at the back,
Oh,
but she's
dear,
gone all the way back.
That's a few adrenaline streaks coming in there.
Absolutely, and probably just forgetting they've got the breeze behind them this way. So Amy Knight, her second bowl. Very good drive of the first. She really just needs to play the same sort of shot and she'll be very close. Here we go. Looks wide, looks wide. Yep, slightly round armed that one. So it's Singapore still with the advantage. Mei Lee, her second bowl. She definitely won't be in the ditch this time. But actually, she won't be at the back.
Well, there's the time call. So we just finish off the ends that are going at the moment. It looks as though the Singapore B team have just been able to get the jack away before the bell. So they're playing their last end now, just starting. So.
All right, so Amy Knight just taking her time, wandering up, just gonna just make sure she's very clear in her own mind what she wants to do. Now, if the jack's killed, it's spotted, isn't it, Roger?
Spotted, yeah.
So if she can kill the jack, she gets, she will have the shot. If she gets the jack in the ditch, she will have the shot. She also has the opportunity of getting both bowls. A bit trickier to do that. So the best result, I think, for the Crusaders team is the jack. And then that puts all the pressure on Mei Lee. Yep. Trail of the jack or kill the jack and have it spotted on the 2. Yep. So Amy Knight. Last bowl.
No pressure.
Oh, just someone walking past the rink. So she just resets. Good discipline. Here we go. It's on its way. No, she doesn't like it. Too wide. So it's a great game we've seen here. It's the Singapore pair.
It's going to be a win to Singapore.
Yep, who are going to take this game in dramatic fashion. Some really great bowls played by both teams, but it's Serena Tiong and Mei Lee, Singapore A team. They had a win, a draw and 2 losses yesterday, but they've recorded their second win here. Mei just playing her last bowl, conscious of differential potentially being a factor later in the tournament, and she's on a pretty good line here to draw a third shot. Is she going to sit there? She is. That's a great last bowl. And there go the Singapore Pirates, embracing for a great win. Hard luck to the Crusaders team. What a gallant effort from them. Oh, just a great game. Yeah. Really, really good game played in the finest spirit, and really good bowls played across those games. So that's a win to Singapore. We'll just give you a little bit of commentary on the game between Singapore B and the Filipino men's team. They are playing their last end. The score from where we are is 12-8 to Singapore B. And it looks to me like Singapore are holding shot here. No, the score's going to be updated. It is 12-9, so they're playing the 14th and last end. And oh no, I think it's actually.
I think that's
the Philippines holding. Philippines are holding 2 shots here. But just gonna the Filipino skip just short with his first bowl.
We'll see what Moose gets up to.
So Singapore skip coming down on the draw, couple down on the head, 3 up on the board, and he's close here. He's close here. Just gonna slide by. So still 2 to the Philippines. Another shot here would tie it up. So it's definitely the Philippines holding 2. They trail 12-9 in the men's pairs. And Elmer there skip with his second bowl, and he's close. Very close. Just finishes through. So I think still just 2 to the Philippines team. So Singapore skip with his second bowl. Again, he'll be looking to just try and land in the area. I know you can't see this game on screen, but we'll just call it for you anyway. So the Singapore skip just slides by. Might see if we can get a wide shot for the remaining game that's going. Just so you can, for the people at home in the Philippines, they can just see that game on rink 3. There goes Elmer, just walking back to play his last bowl.
I'm just watching the Singapore skip Moose there,
Yeah.
sitting down, looking the other way possibly.
Yeah. Right, last bowl. Can he draw another shot? It's on its way. You can see they're holding 2 there. He looks tight. He looks short. He's not going to make it. So it's a win to Singapore by 1. They win that game 12 shots to 11. And that's the second loss for the Philippines team, having lost their 3rd game yesterday to the New Zealand team. So we'll take a break here at the Lion City Cup at Tanglin Club, and we'll be back for a game in 15 minutes for our 10 o'clock round.
No, 2 o'clock. Yeah, there's no 10 o'clock game.
Ilan na ba panalo nila?
Well, we'll see.
Sir, kalahati sila?
We'll update you as soon as we get the word from the organisers. So thanks very much, Brett, and we'll see you all back in a little while.